Well, hello there, friends and family. It's old Mr. Tom. And we're here. I think it's August 16th, 2019. And many of you have been following my channel, and new subscribers, new viewers, know that we've got a video series going on called Food Crisis ? Now, I started that video series by visiting one of our local neighborhood Walmarts in my small town here in Alabama. And what I was wanting to do was to verify and see if indeed the same situation was here in my little small town that I was hearing about in several areas of the country. And I was hearing about these on other YouTube channels and in other live stream chats. So I wanted to go out and verify, see if this indeed was happening here. And I went and I saw. And indeed we were having a similar situation at our Walmart. And it wasn't just Great Value then. It was also Libby's and Del Monte canned vegetables. Mostly at that time, it was green beans. But overall, stock was short. But I didn't stop there. I went ahead and visited another local supermarket of ours. We don't have a lot of options here since Walmart came in. Since Walmart came in, Piggly Wiggly we had, Winn-Dixie we had, was closed. We have Walmart, we have Superfoods, unless I want to drive into Montgomery, the capital city. And there, you have all kinds of selections. But that's about 30 to 35 minutes away, and I'd rather not do that. So I went to my local Superfoods, checked it out, and indeed, it was very well stocked. Now it's a small store and doesn't see the volume that Walmart does. I even talked to one of the stock people, and they said they didn't have no problem getting and stocking canned vegetables. But still, I wanted to dig a little bit deeper. So I went ahead and dug into the USDA site. And for those of you who've never been there, like all government sites, it's huge, has a lot of data, and it's rather self-imposing. Hard to dig it all out, but I did. But then I made a video about the USA data and the comments generated. Then I made a video about the USDA data and the comments that were generated during previous videos, both of which showed a true and realistic scope to the problem that we are seeing in America. The comments from all over the country, and there have been hundreds of them, now thousands over the course of 6 videos in the series, have shown overwhelmingly there are shortages in America. Not only in canned foods, canned goods, but people are seeing this in dry goods such as dry beans, rice, frozen food section, and other processed food sections such as potato products. So to me, that made it rather imperative to dig a little deeper, and that's why I went in and got into the USDA 2018 production crop summary, which I also provided on that website a link to in that video. You see, for the whole purpose of this video series, I don't have any political agenda. I don't have any monetary agenda. First of all, my channel's not monetized. My friends, my family, my children, my grandson, and all of y'all who choose to come here and sit with me a while can enjoy my videos totally commercial free. And if any of you are seeing a commercial, then by all means let me know. I'll contact YouTube. But the purpose was initially to understand for myself, was it happening? If so, was it happening in my area? Then why? And I didn't want to use beliefs, thoughts, speculation. I didn't want to rely on some mysterious people as others have in other videos, of people I supposedly know from my past that have ties to food production, and I do have some of those. I worked in the processed food industry for about 10 years, but I haven't kept up with those people, and I wouldn't reach out to them now. What I have relied upon is the data from the USDA and the data from other reliable sources. I haven't relied on mainstream media, because I think we'll all agree mainstream media these days is a little bit less than trustworthy. It seems everyone has an agenda, and everyone has a narrative. I which have none of these. I just want to be able to make an informed decision for myself and my family. And that's why I'm doing this video today. Because there are channels out there that have come up with the fact accusing several of us of promoting fear and panic. Never not once have I promoted fear or panic. What I have presented is what I see in my area and what data I have access to that shows where we are, why we got there, and where we're going. And I provide links to that data. So if you want to see it, if you want to dig into it, you can. On the other hand, these are YouTube channels. They're not supplying you with links and data. They're supplying you with their personal opinions and so-called insights from special contexts of theirs that remain to be unnamed. Okay, y'all. We had to shift a little bit because the sun starting to beat down on us. But I didn't just stop checking in my local area. I went ahead a week or two after that and I went and checked another city 45 minutes from me, northwest of here. It's a much larger city, 10 times or more than my little small town, where Super Mall Walmart was located. I wanted to see if indeed they were seeing the same issues. I had to go up there for personal business. So I stopped into their Walmart Super Center. And unlike my neighborhood Walmart, when I went in there, they had signs posted. They had signs posted that said, due to availability, there was a shortage in some of these products. And that would be going on from July the 2nd, I believe, to August the 9th. Now I videoed that for y'all. Now I showed you the condition of that super center there. I think that was the third in my series. I'm not sure. But I do have a playlist for these if you want to watch through all of them. There's 6 videos in the series so far. This will be the 7th. But I came home, I did that video for y'all. Just show you again. But then, that was when I dug in depth to the USDA data which clearly shows on vegetable production, not feed corn, not soybeans, not barley, rye, but what we eat. There has been a steady decline of acreage planted and acreage harvested, as well as overall utilization of production from the acreage that was harvested, which all of it points to why now, in all my life, all 63 years, that we're seeing these shortages. Now granted, we have seen shortage when localized situations, natural disasters and that exist. But I've seen them here in the southeast. I saw them in 1974 in what is now referred to as the Night of Terror. Hit North Alabama, Tennessee, Kentucky, oh God, there were so many states. It's one of the largest outbreaks of tornadoes ever in American history. It wiped out my neighborhood and wiped out my little small community. 29 people died. And it would be 6 weeks before people could get to us and restore power and other services. Yeah, there were shortages then. Thank God my parents were prepared for that. Many people weren't. And my parents took it upon them to provide for as many people as they could. Here again, that's why I'm digging into this, so we can all prepare as you see fit. But with all that said, even though I went a week or two afterwards, checked Walmart, Supercenter, another large city, I went back on August the 10th. Because if you remember, the signs put at Walmart said from July 2nd to August 9th there'd be a problem with shortages based on availability. Well, on August 10th, in my local neighborhood Walmart, we were still seeing shortages. And unlike some who want to come on channel and say, well, it's just store brands, and it's because of contract negotiations, and because it's contract negotiations and they're renewing their contracts and all this. And that might be some of it. But like in the case of Walmart, it just wasn't great value. From the very inception of me checking into this, it's also been Libby's and Del Monte, which we all know are the two top providers of canned and frozen vegetables. They're the two biggest in America, if not the world. And if you'll take a moment, well, it may take more than a moment. When you watch these videos, go down through the comments and see all the people who've been so kind, so generous with their time to comment as to what they're seeing in their areas, what they're seeing in their stores. Yes, Walmart's number one. The second one mentioned's been Kroger's. But there's been mentions of Myers, of Publix, Safeway, Costco, Target, and the list goes on. So how can this all be just contract negotiations? It can't be. That's my belief, based on facts that I have at this point in time. That with the data that shows overall decline in vegetable production by acreage planted, acreage harvested, and utilization in America has declined, been declined since 1995. Then I also showed you in past videos where our exports have increased by 400 to 500% since the 90s. Why? Because we're producing less, folks. And I'm working on a video right now that shows exactly why that's happening in America. And you're not going to like the facts and the figures. My whole point to all this has been to try to promote community and understanding, to be able to make an informed decision of where we are, how we got here, and what we need to do to prosper in the future. And it's going to take an effort from each and every one of us. Not our government, from all of us. And what I'm going to show now, towards the end of this video, is I'm going to show you the market outlook report for vegetables and dry pulses that was issued May 2019. Now, if you're not familiar with what dry pulses are, that's your dried beans, such as black-eyed peas, pintos, northerns, white beans, all that stuff. The barnzo beans, the whole 9 yards. That's what pulses are. I didn't know that till this year, that they called them that. But I'm going to show you that. I'm going to show you what the USDA has to say. And in closing, you'll be able to make up your own mind what you need to do. Do you need to stock up more food? Do you, if you don't currently grow your own food, need to start right now? Depending on where you are in our great nation, you have time. I have plenty of time. I'm here in Deep South. I could actually do a repeat of my spring planting. I could tear open some more ground and plant the whole place out. I don't have that need right now. That may change come spring 2020. And I'm thinking about that. But I can't emphasize enough, folks. I present this to you, to my children, to my grandson, to my family, my friends, and any of you who want to stop by, to take it, look into the data, and I'm going to be supplying a link again to the market outlook from the USDA that was released in May. And based on all that, you make your own decision for yourself, your friends, your family, your loved ones, and do what you think you need to do. Don't panic. Don't have fear. Do what you need to do to ensure that you're well fed and that you will prosper. So with that, I'm going to head on in the house like we have throughout this series. I'm going to take you on the computer and I'm going to show you how things are as of May 2019. Y'all stay with me. Let's head on into the house, okay? I went ahead and picked you up, brought you in from the yard. We're here sitting at my desk looking at the computer. Now, what I'm going to show you is the May 2019 market outlook. This is for vegetables and dry pulses. If you don't know what dry pulses are, they are things such as dry beans. Okay? You can look it up. You can see. And like always, I'll provide a link to this report below the video description. So it's just like it says here. Domestic fresh vegetable production fell 10% in 2018 from the previous year. So there was 10% less fresh. While processed vegetable production rose 7% for 2017. So now you're going to say, well, then why are we having a canned good shortage? Well, if you remember back from what I showed you in the 2018 production summary, which went back through 2017, 2016, and I believe all the way back to 2014. I'm not sure. You can look it up. I provide a link for that in that video. But we've been declining on acreage planted, acreage harvested, and utilization and production that was harvested. It's been declining for years, since about 1995 overall. But here in this report, it tells you what happened to cause where we were, where we are, and what's happening now. Okay? And we're just going to get here, down here. Western areas, below average precipitation in 2018. Eastern crop areas experienced above average rainfall. Drought-like conditions began early in 2018, but were alleviated after heavy March precipitation. Western areas were plagued with below average precipitation in 2018, while eastern crop areas experienced above average rainfall. Drought-like conditions in California began early in 2018, but were alleviated after heavy March precipitation in the Sierra Nevada mountains helped to boost peak snowpack, which was well below normal levels. Despite increased snowpack, California reservoir levels were only slightly above normal for the year. But then we go down here to area planted to dry beans, and this was exclusive chickpeas and garbanzo beans, which fell slightly in 2018. They expect them to rise in 2019. Acreage gains are the largest in North Dakota of 79,000 acres, and Michigan of 5,000. Now that's dry beans exclusive of garbanzo beans and everything. And that was because of wheat, spring wheat, and soybean prices. The planted area for 2019 is forecast at 519,000 acres. Here's what's important. That's the lowest since 2016, when planted area totaled just 325,300 acres. So if you wonder why you can't find dry beans, it's looking a little slim, if the prices are up, that's because since 2016 we just haven't been planting a lot of dry beans, folks. And then you're going to come down here to a chart, U.S. vegetables and dry pulses production. And what you're going to see is there was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and possibly 12 years of less than desirable harvests. That's since 95. Then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 of harvests that were better. But that has not met demand. Now we come down this section. Imports of U.S. vegetables reach a record, while pulse exports see rapid decline. And like I showed you before in the video about viewer comments and USDA data, I showed you that our imports have risen 400 to 500% since the 1990s. And they're saying right here again, imports of U.S. vegetables reach a record, while pulse experts see a rapid decline. That's the decline of importing dry beans and such stuff. And here's what you can see about U.S. vegetables and dry pulses, total supply and exports, share of supply. And here, finally, we get down to it. Domestic vegetable availability falls, driven by declining production. And this is the important part of information I want to give out to all of y'all. Other YouTube channels that want to come on and go, I don't want you to panic, I don't want you to fear, I don't want you to do any of that either. I want you to know the facts. I'm even going to give you the facts, because I'm going to give you a link to this report. I'm going to give you a link to the U.S. 2018 production report. That way you'll be able to go on the USDA site, and you'll be able to see the reports that will be coming out. I think the next reports are going to be coming out in September. And those are going to show our harvest of vegetables and dry pulses for this year. And you'll be able to make an informed decision what you need to be doing for yourself, for your family. Not relying on your favorite YouTube personality. Not relying on his so-called friends and connections in the industry that they won't name. But here's the data. Make your own decision. And if you don't like what I present and what I show you and the data that drives it behind, well, that's up to you. Because as always, this is done for myself, my children, my grandson, my friends and family. And all of y'all who want to jump on in and watch, well, I hope it'll help you too. But here you can see the per capita availability of vegetables and pulses in the United States was 395 pounds in 2018. Down less than 2% for 2017. You go, wow, it's just 2%. But still above, and here's the important part, the 18-year downward trend after peaking at 425 pounds in 2000. You see, since 2000, we've been declining, folks. Vegetables, dry beans, right, all of that. Hence why we've had to increase imports to keep us all fed and happy. On average, fresh and processed vegetable per capita availability has declined slightly from the prior decade to 146 and 140 pounds per person, respectively. And I don't know about you, but that's not a slight decline. That's 36 pounds of veggies, beans, and what have you that divided up among the whole entire population of the U.S. right now, that's every man, woman, child, whoever, that's not there for you, not available. Now, despite the slight increase in total vegetable imports, led by frozen imports, and that's why I wanted to bring this up right now, because many of you have said you've seen gaps and out of stock in the frozen vegetable section of your stores. We're importing a lot of frozen imports on vegetables, folks. And the decrease in vegetable exports, which means we're not exporting as much, led by canned exports. Domestic availability declined 1.3% in 2018, which means the 18-year trend continues. Now it's a 19-year trend. And with everything we've seen in 2019, the super wet springs, the flooding, late frost, cooler than normal temperatures in California, the southeast, the southwest, I ask all of y'all, what's 2020 gonna bring? Think about that for a moment. I am. And that simple statement is what's gonna drive what I grow this fall, what ground I tear up in spring, and what I grow next year. And I hope y'all use all this to make that same decision for y'all. Now you can see in this last chart here, as you can see in this next to the last chart, U.S. vegetable and dry pulse total domestic availability and import share of availability. Now when you look, oh wow, Mr. Tom, it's going up. Understand, this is what we grow and what we import that makes it available to you. Not just what we grow, folks, what we also import. And what if those countries that are exporting to us have a problem with their growing season and they say, no, we're not going to export to the U.S. This is not going to be going up in 2019. And just Google it. There are multiple problems all over the world with crops and their production. Just spend some time, do the research yourself. So we're going to come down here to, I think, is the best chart on the internet to understand where we are and how we got here. And this is U.S. vegetables and dry pulses per capita availability. That's sum total of harvest, production, divided up by all of us. And you can see here, the height of production was in 2004 at 422.6 pounds per person. Farm weight. And what's important there, it's farm weight. That's before everything was processed, canned, frozen, whatever. But it went down to 378 pounds by 2015. Now it did shoot up in 2017 back to 402. But remember, we still haven't got back to 422.6 pounds. So all these years it's in constant decline. And you're going to see that in every part of our food production. Here's fresh vegetables. 2004, 204.5 pounds. It declined significantly, but in 2017 we went at 202. Still not back to our 2004. You can see it here. Canned vegetables, this steep decline in canned vegetables, folks. I can't imagine why we're seeing some blank spaces on the shelves. Temporarily out of stock stickers. Can you? I can't. Maybe I should call my mystery man at my local grocer. But this tells the tale. Freezing vegetables, same thing. We saw a peak in 1996, steady decline to the bottom. 2014 was lowest, and it's been steady increasing, not by a lot. And if you look right here, in 2018 it's 74.6 pounds per person, but at its peak it was 80.1 pounds. I don't know why again you're seeing that your frozen sections out of vegetables. Who could have thunk it? Now if we go to other processing vegetables, and I have no clue what this is, it's remained fairly steady. And if you look at dry pulses, which like I say is dry beans and such as that, we've seen an increase in production. Not by a whole lot, folks. And then down low at 6.4 pounds per person, farm weight. Now that's farm weight. And we got 14.2 pounds 2018. So there you have it. I've presented you the graphs, the data, and the information you need to make the decision for yourself, your family, and your loved ones. And hopefully you'll share it with your friends. And I hope everybody will share these videos. And maybe we'll share them with other YouTubers that want to quote their beliefs, thoughts, or utilize that secret underground information from their special friends. But I'll leave you with this, folks. I give you the facts, the information, and the links. You need to decide for yourself what you're going to do. I don't promote fear and panic. I give you the information to make a concise decision on how to prepare. Whether you want to believe it or not, that's up to you. I hope each and every one of you will prepare as you feel necessary. I hope you will acquire the skills, if you don't have them, to grow your own food. And if you don't, partner up with somebody who is and learn how now. I hope you learn how to preserve your own food, because that's extremely important. You can grow all you want, but if you can't put it up for the off season, what good is it? And are you growing food that you can store without processing? And some of these topics we'll be going over. And so as always, y'all, friends and family, we'll be seeing you on the next video. Till that time, take care. Stay safe out there. And God bless each and every one of you. Till next we meet, goodbye for now.